The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude, says Oprah Winfrey. Oh, how I love Oprah Winfrey. It's like she knew changes were coming. With emerging trends attributed to COVID-19, you find that most organizations have been swept out of the market, and the ones surviving had to realign or readjust their ways of doing things. And so you find that most organizations do their processes remotely, they conduct their meetings remotely for their survival. And so even hiring managers have not been left behind. They still need to do recruitment and selection. And so as opposed to conducting physical interviews, they've also followed suit by making sure that their interviews are done virtually. And so today I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to show up for a virtual interview or online interview. 10 tips. Please stay tuned. 1. Keep time. Assume you're going for a physical interview. Normally candidates reach the place of interview 1 hour before time or 30 minutes before time. Keep time. Show up earlier. In that, it will assist you in considering the following tips I'm going to give you. Make sure that your gadgets are fully charged with a backup. If you're going to use a phone, make sure your phone is fully charged. If you're going to use a laptop or computer, make sure they are charged. The third thing you need to consider is stable internet connection. Make sure you have a stable internet connection, which is going to sustain you throughout the interview period. The fourth thing you need to consider is just to make sure that you have headphones or earphones like the ones I'm using today. If you don't have, please borrow. It is just for 30 to 40 minutes, then you'll return it. Borrow. This one will assist you in clarity, in communication. It will help you avoid asking unnecessary questions to the interviewers like, kindly repeat, I didn't get that. Invest in earphones or headphones. The other thing you need to consider is camera, how you put your camera and lighting. Make sure that you're in a well-ventilated room with lighting for visibility and clarity, so that the interviewers don't strain to look for you. The other thing you need to do is to make sure that your background is clear. Like you see, my background is plain. Just make sure it's a plain background with a simple color. Please avoid kids passing around your back, running around. Make sure that there are no hanging wires or bulbs. Make sure that there are no pictures of flowers on the wall. Background needs to be clear. The other thing you need to consider is to avoid movement. During virtual interview, you need to be station composed and be comfortable. Avoid dropping pens or dropping water or moving to the washroom to relieve yourself. No, please don't do that. The next thing you need to avoid is taking refreshments. It's an interview, for Christ's sake. It's not a time to excuse yourself to go fix tea or coffee. Avoid that. The next thing you need to consider is to maintain eye contact. Maintain eye contact. By the time you are starting interview, you already know that you have 3 panelists or 4. Stop looking behind or sides, as in you're looking for another panelist. Avoid that. Maintain eye contact. The last thing you need to consider is to dress the part. Please dress the part. Assume you're going for a physical interview. How would you dress up? Would you show up in a dera? Would you show up in a short and t-shirt? Would you show up in a nightgown? Please dress the part. Dress the part. If you've not liked our page, please do so for more videos so that you are not left behind. Thank you and stay blessed.